is extremely quotable.
Thank you!
Thank you.
And extremely
What the fuck? This is Reaction Godhand Review. Be thugs, demon women. Let's go!
Hey people, Seth here. Today, I'll be covering a game that was overshadowed during its release, bombarded by critics, and loved by absolutely everyone who isn't complete garbage at video games. A game which grinds through your analog sticks like butter, encourages healthy eating, respecting women, and emphasizes the virtues of a good Samaritan principle. I'm speaking, of course, about Godhand, a game I was too impoverished to play as a child, since we couldn't afford a PlayStation, but now my PC is powerful enough.
I didn't play this time either, but this game has got a reputation.
About Godhand, a game I was too impoverished to play as a child, since we couldn't afford a PlayStation, but now my PC is powerful enough to be a PlayStation. Through the magic of emulation, Godhand can be played very comfortably on your own computer, and it works great. The simple gist of the game is the following. You play as Gene, a guy with a fancy jacket and an insatiable appetite for fresh fruit. You're also disabled because your right arm has just been cut off by demons, but you've got a new arm now instead, the God Hand, thanks to Olivia, a girl who threatens to chop it back off if you don't do what she says. And now it's time to beat the shit out of all the thugs and demons responsible for disarming you. But you'll need to master the God Hand to stand a fighting chance, because this game doesn't play around. It's hard, it's very hard, and it only gets even harder. In this universe, the vast majority of punks, metalheads, and women want nothing more than to beat the shit out of you instead. The fighting system is easy to learn, but insanely difficult to master. For a start, Gene operates on tank controls, which might seem bizarre, but makes perfect sense once you understand the purpose of it. The left stick turns and moves you around. The right stick is designed exclusively for dodging. The other buttons let you use your techniques. Pretty simple, right? Wrong. Each of your buttons can be instantly remapped to do different moves and techniques. There's a lot of techniques. There's 117 of them you can pick up during the story or buy from your local convenience store.
That thing about how you can dodge with the right analog stick reminds me of Sifu. The dodge system in that game, to do a dodge, you need to tap the R1 button and flick the right analog stick at the same time. And obviously you have to do it in time with the enemy attack. That gave me repeated strain injury on my right hand. I think to this day my right hand hurts when I try to squeeze something really hard. Not that I do that often. It reminds me of that. I wonder how close to that it is. I wonder if it inspired Sifu and its dodge mechanic actually.
If you choose poorly, you won't even be able to dispatch normal enemies, let alone bosses. But that's not all. There's a bar at the bottom of your screen. That's your tension meter. The more hits you land, the more damage you do. The more damage you do, the quicker the tension meter gets filled up. Once it fills up, your right arm starts glowing, and if you smack the right button on your controller, you unleash your God Hand. The powers of a god are temporary, but in this short span of time, Gene is completely invincible, lightning fast, and hits twice as hard, while your theme song plays in the background. It's amazing, but that's not all. Picking up cards during your fights fills up your roulette wheel, which triggers whenever you smack the right trigger instead. In this state, everything goes slow-mo, and you get to choose from a selection of every roulette move you have equipped. This can be anything from a ball buster, head slicer, 100-punch combo, or even a dragon kick that sends your enemies flying out of a solar system. As a word of caution though, ball buster doesn't work on women, robots, or one of the first two bosses, because he lost his testicles in the war. The lore of Godhand is very deep, but the fighting system goes even deeper. Most games increase the health of your enemies to give you the illusion of difficulty.
Todd Howard! Todd Howard! It torments me. Every single one of my videos is about Todd Howard somehow. He's always in my head. Get out of my head. Get out of my head, Todd Howard. Tell me lies. Tell me sweet little lies.
Godhand does no such thing. The better you do, the more hits you land, and the more hits you dodge, the higher your level becomes. What does this mean? It means enemies start kicking your ass. As level increases, so do their abilities. They start using moves you've never seen before. They start changing their patterns to throw you off, and they start getting more and more aggressive as they try and put you in the ground. There's 4 levels, which are quite self-explanatory. Level 1, Level 2, Level 3, and Level Die. If you get to Level Die, you are expected to die. If you don't want to die, I suggest you get on your hands and knees and start groveling for mercy. Godhand doesn't play around. But if you take the time and improve
This is a begging, this is a pleading mechanic. Oh my god, I want to play this game so bad. My little subby ass the moment I hear that. I'm joking.
you'll learn how to take the heat, and when you do,
The groveling mechanic, that's genius.
doesn't play around. But if you take the time and improve, you'll learn how to take the heat, and when you do, I assure you, you'll feel like an actual god. There's an overpowering sensation of ecstasy once you've figured it out. After getting creamed repeatedly by the same boss, by the same encounter, it all suddenly clicks. And once it clicks, you can't go back. You ride on pure adrenaline and muscle memory to repeat the same fight, and this time, you're not surviving, you're styling on your enemies. Before you know it, it's already over. You've won, and you're only left hungry for more. Godhand
Literally the feeling that Sifu gave me when I played it. This sounds like Sifu on PlayStation 2, with more style. Somehow.
was very progressive for its time, and it features a very diverse and multicultural cast. The first boss you go up against is literally 2 gay guys who proposition Gene. Gene responds by saying, "I'm not that kind of guy." But as the story progresses and Olivia
Power
keeps
Rangers.
slave driving Gene into doing more and more
Wait a minute, is that the bottle from the memes? That's the bottle from the guy that was drinking water and doing his morning routine. That went super viral on social media.
driving Gene into doing more and more ridiculous stunts at the cost of his health and personal safety, Gene looks back and considers that maybe I am that kind of guy. Character development isn't exclusive to Gene alone. The second boss you face, Elvis, is a Mexican demon struggling with weight loss. He's got some of the best dialogue in the entire game.
Oh yeah?
A la mierda. You know what? I'm getting a bit hungry. And a little huevon sounds like it would hit the spot. I don't think you realize what you're getting yourself into, pendejo.
Besides educating Gene on the basics of the Spanish language,
Pendejo, coño.
Elvis turns out to be a big softie, who's as much of a victim to his circumstances as is Gene to his unwanted responsibility. He hates people who disrespect the dead, and he also hates people who disrespect his demon waifu, Shannon, who you repeatedly encounter and spank to death. By the end of the game, Gene has arguably found more humanity and common ground with the antagonists he faces than the repeatedly ungrateful woman he's working for. Godhand is extremely quotable.
Thank you!
Thank you.
And extremely
What the
memorable.
That's some Team Rocket shit.
Yeah!
In no small part because all of the enemies keep quoting Mike Tyson. The game is an absolute meme, but originally was never designed as such. The developers just put some humor in the trailer for the 2008 E3 conference, but received such positive feedback that they went back and remade the game into the masterpiece it is now. It was,
Wow.
unfortunately, the last game ever made by Clover Studios.
Yeah.
However, most of the team went on to work with Platinum Games, which was responsible for most most of the crazy fighting games
Marvel
that came
Bayonetta,
out in
Vanquish,
recent years.
Metal Gear
It's got
Rising.
insane amounts of replayability, and it's something I always come back to after every few years. It's just that good. It's also very easy to miss some of the subtleties on your first run. For example, Chihuahua Racing. In the main menu, you can always pop into the store, casino, and fighting arena to practice your moves. But after a certain point in the story, you can also start gambling on, you guessed it, poison chihuahuas. This is a very easy way to quickly lose all your money, or make back 20 times your original bet if you know what you're doing. My only advice, always bet on Clover. You'll thank me later. Also, enemies have special interactions if you satisfy certain conditions. If you manage to get one of the average, run-of-the-mill thugs down to no health at all, he'll start faking a seizure and begging for help. If you foolishly get too close, he'll kick Gene in the ballsack, reducing your health to a single point instantly. I also found out if you get
that's game design. Oh my god.
the ballsack, reducing your health to a single point instantly. I also found out if you get a demon down to a single pip of health, you can poke them. They'll explode. There's probably more, but even as someone who's played and beat the game repeatedly, I can't call myself an expert. Even after all this time, level die turns me into a crying, sobbing little bitch, and there's no shame in admitting that. Some of the original reviewers of this game, however, cannot, and for that reason, Imagine Babies still holds a higher score on IGN than Godhand, a game that turned many boys into men, and turned many men into crying, sobbing little children. For that reason alone, I give it a very good score, but when I consider that it's a goddamn masterpiece, I give it a perfect score. To reiterate the words of one presenter, one epitaph for Clover Studio: we made one of the best games of all time, and it was just a game about punching people. Godhand. It's amazing, it's addictive, and it's very satisfying. Respect the game, and it will respect you back. Highly recommended. Go play it. In lieu of the fact that you can't actually get a copy of Godhand anymore,
Yeah.
I've linked it in the description below, which contains the game, the emulator, and everything you need to get started.
Crime!
But Seth, don't you need a working PS2 BIOS to emulate Godhand, which I hope you've legally obtained from your own PlayStation 2? These are all good questions, and they will be answered shortly. But more importantly, what's Seth been spending all of his sponsorship money on? I'll tell you. I hired every hentai artist to make lewd commissions of Olivia getting dicked, because there's too little Godhand hentai. All this shilling was for a good cause. I've linked every commission I made in the description below. I hope you understand the ends justify the means. But even more importantly, if you're unfortunate enough to be living in the Sharia state of Britain, the UK porn block is going to start July this same year. All in the name of
God damn it! Like this is what happened already. Oh my god.
protecting our children to start July this same year, all in the name of protecting our children, which, if statistics are anything to go by, need protection from their family instead. And based on how well government projects usually go, there's absolutely nothing to worry about. Just present your personal ID
Hey,
card.
wait a minute.
There's
Forsen mentioned.
absolutely nothing to worry about. Just present your personal ID card, punch in your personal details, and stop worrying. Porn sites have some of the best security on the planet, better than Habbo Hotel, probably. So it's very unlikely that your favorite smut site will get hacked or compromised and leak all of your personal information that could then be used to blackmail you in the future.
This is a NordVPN ad. He hasn't said it yet. He's about to say it's a NordVPN ad.
However, if you're still unconvinced and don't want to put your safety in the hands of your infallible government, there is an alternative, an express alternative, ExpressVPN, because
Off by one. It's ExpressVPN, not NordVPN. Sorry, apologize.
they're very good. Use my link and you get 3 months of ExpressVPN for free. And if you're not satisfied, you can refund the whole thing in 30 days. With ExpressVPN, you can choose from any server that's not located found in the shadow aisles of the UK and completely evade this well-thought-out and completely unexploitable law they're pushing down our throats. Personally, I don't know if a UK lawmaker even knows what a doujin, hentai, or guru site even is. Arguably, there's more porn to be found on Skyrim Nexus than all of those sites combined, but we'll never know until they actually do it. As always, hope for the best, prepare for the worst, and as always, more content to come, so stay tuned. I'd like to inform you all that shilling is complete, which means we're back in business.
See anything you want? Rotten hell, you penny-pinching miser.
Good video. Very enjoyable video you hear. Godhand has the reputation. I knew about the game before watching the video. I do think it's one that we simply must play on stream at some point as well. It really reminds me of Sifu in so many ways. In all the gameplay mechanics, the various the mastery level. Like Sifu is a very skill-based game. And this one seems to be as well. There's so many things about it that are so interesting. Giving back hentai commissions to the community. Never saw that one. I should do that. Look at me right now. You are getting very sleepy. You want to subscribe to my YouTube channel? You want to follow on Twitch? You want to follow on Twitter? You want to join the Discord? Thank you for being here. Aww. I appreciate you. Thank you for spending your time with me.